Kurumjay, a very good evening. You are watching Primetime English Bulletin on SKTV and I'm Victoria Rajkumari. First, the headlines. Campaign for Just and Fair Delimitation at JFD intensified its agitation on no NRC, no census. Announces boycott of all government offices from tomorrow. A 48-hour general strike called by JFD continues to paralyze normal life across Manipur. Protesters burn effigies of Chief Minister Khemchand and Home Minister Govindas Konthozam at Kurai Lamlong. Thawal District SDO Lilong cancels census training for supervisors, enumerators and field trainers. Chief Minister Yumnam Khemchand urges artists to play important role in restoring trust among communities in Manipur. And MPCC President Okram Ibobi appeals for deferment of census until internally displaced persons are resettled at their original homes. And now the top stories. Campaign for Just and Fair Delimitation at JFD has intensified its demand for updation of National Register of Citizens (NRC) by announcing an indefinite boycott of government offices on the state and central government starting tomorrow. The boycott will exempt education, water, health sector, electricity department. Making the announcement during a press conference held at Wall United Youths Club in Wangkai Angom Lekai, convener of JFD, Jitendra Ningomba, maintained that the state government seems to hear the concern of people regarding the census and on the demand for NRC in Manipur, as the government organized a meet the press at DIPR yesterday, where the government had announced to dispatch an MLA delegation to New Delhi to push for NRC update before census. Jitendra Ningomba, however, expressed concern on the lack of clarity to which central leader government delegation from Manipur will meet in New Delhi. On the other hand, Jitendra Ningomba maintained that JFD will continue with its agitation until the demands are met. He also urged the people to continue with sit-in, torch rallies and to seek answers from local MLAs in every constituencies regarding their stance on NRC before census.
Hojik akhoi samselibu khongjeng ase Manipuri biyang gene akhoi ngasi wani bu khongjeng ase tungi minor gi damuktin kalakanda tungi minor du kanba phabra aigi ngasi kaki oina kanaba oibodo adugi kanaba phangnaba honamom matamda tungi minor duduri akhoi akai pige duru gaisi. Number 1 census kat gumma ta tawkiba taragadi delimitation chulu choiden tawgani. Delimitation sudu choden to butargadi akhoi gi tungi fire mangani habase akhang ahi masida research over ozama yamna hongdok piba lei khabanina adom ni choice ne adubu akhoi gi magai degi census to bu yaro eba lock to khabanina census to na bu hona ba matamda any madu da silang na bu hona ba matamda makai da su hu ayeng sidi loi lock to rani akhoi changmo yaro akhoi makai dadi akhoi khol di changmo yaro habse adum lock to rani masi lei banina Lakuna no Sumayamo, same Sadin Lere, Masigi, Maraxida, Dr. Yadi, and Igi Togan, Igi Dutini, and Dr. Lepudi, Madu de Equi Masel, Marta, Masini divide in the rules otherwise.
A 10-member delegation representing 14 CSOs and various communities will leave Imphal for New Delhi tomorrow. They plan to urge central leaders to implement the NRC before conducting census operations in Manipur. Announcing this during a press meet at the IPSA office in Kaishampata today, 14 CSO's convener Chandel Naga welcomed the state government's decision to send a team of MLAs to pursue the same goal. Chandel noted that the CSO delegation will station themselves in New Delhi for a few days alongside the state legislatures to seek appointments with central authorities. He said they will press the central government authorities to ensure that both the census and delimitation exercises take place only after genuine citizens are identified through an updated NRC or similar mechanisms. He added that the 14 CSOs have sought legal counsel and filed 2 writ petitions before the High Court of Manipur, which have already been listed for hearing.
Pausel Zarisi, Masibauda, Miamna, Tangaiba Kongtangsi, Akoi Apunba, Manipur Sida, Laiba, Akoi, original Indian citizens, Kando Matunda, delimitation exercise, Satan Bapambagi, Kongtang Dunene Loze, Adubo Akoi, legally, Yangumatamda, Manipur State Nasudum, Tozabaya Bazaga, even Honorable MP na, Canada, Hangmatamda, 2025 ki foreigner exodus Tobayaba, Tabakar Lay Havase, she labasing Tominabayanaba, expert committee, citizen will, Amadi, Laiba, Apamba Mam, the Pongdominabayana. Committee amagi Dakar amadi leibni haibase akoi ngasi judum Manipur government da committee si hojik sudum form to biyo ena thamjari loina na akoi gi chatminariba akoi gi mioi tara haib tare hayeng Delhi da pursue to doriba Rongmai gi Naga gi then adai akoi gi Maitai Pangan gi then akoi gi CSO singi 14 gi Maitai Lipun gi leiba akoi gi chinau mayam se sigi chinau mayam siga akoi pursue to mina matamda akoi tripartite talk kumba natraga BJP gi leiba party ki president general secretary singa akoi unabagi tanjado lawjagani lawro matungda Manipur miyam gi apamase namdana akoi gi apamase pidaba taragadi kai tawba yage haibadu makha ta khanana ba jaga do koi lawgani na koi smaina miyam da pausel jari.
The ongoing 48-hour general strike called by the Campaign for Just and Fair Delimitation (JFD) has paralyzed normal life across the valley districts on its second day. Shops and all business establishments remain shut, while the vehicles, except those for emergency services and religious ceremonies, stayed off the roads. A few shops and vendors that opened early in the morning were forced to close immediately. Educational institutions remained closed and attendance in government offices was thin. Large numbers of Bandh supporters took to the streets, blocking roads by burning tires and erecting barricades at various locations. Demonstrators also staged protests in several localities across the valley districts. Meanwhile, tight security measures were put in place in vulnerable areas to prevent any untoward incidents. The Sub-Divisional Office SDO Lilong Thoubal District has cancelled the proposed census training program for field trainers, supervisors and enumerators. Moirangthem Priya Roshni Devi, the SDO charge officer, issued the official cancellation order on August 19, 2026, revoking a previous schedule announced on August 17. While the directive does not explicitly state the reason for the cancellation, it follows a 48-hour statewide general strike called by the Campaign for Just and Fair Delimitation. The decision also coincides with intense protests by the committee's student wing aimed at halting census-related training across multiple government offices. Meanwhile, a training program for enumerators and supervisors engaged in the Phase 1 of Census 2027 House Listing and Housing Census commenced at Renkai Government Higher Secondary School today. SDC Thalon and field trainers Letmiliang Kongsai and SDC Vangai Ngamngomang Haukip conducted these sessions in coordination with the respective charge officers, sub-divisional officers. Officials said the training aimed at preparing field staff for the digital conduct of Census 2027 before door-to-door enumeration begins. On the opening day, participants were briefed on the basic principles of house listing. Key areas covered included household identification, coverage, house numbering, housing conditions as well as household amenities and assets. A major focus on the program is on digital data collection. Enumerators are given hands-on training on HLO mobile application for data collection and submission. Supervisors are trained in monitoring, verification and ensuring 100% coverage of their assigned enumeration areas. The training program is being held under the leadership of Federal Deputy Commissioner Anway Anand, who is also the district's principal census officer. The Council of Teachers Association, Kota, the apex body for several government school teacher associations including AMESTA, AMSSTA and AMGTA, has urged the state government to either exempt teachers from census duties or provide them with adequate security. According to a Kota press release, teachers appointed as census supervisors and enumerators have faced threats and harassment from various groups while attending training sessions. The statement argued that teachers are being subjected to this hostility simply because they comply with government orders to attend the training. Kota further appealed to the state government to reach an agreement with civil society organizations and NRC update before holding a census. Chief Minister Yumnam Khemchand interacted with several renowned artists of Manipur and appealed them to disseminate the message of peace and harmony among various communities in the state through art. In the meeting, which was held at the Chief Minister's bungalow at Babupara, Yumnam Khemchand stated that the crisis in the state, which started between the two communities, has now turned into a conflict involving 3 communities. He added that the Meiteis must take on the role of a big brother and a big sister and take initiatives to bring an end to the crisis. While recalling an incident that happened during the crisis, Chief Minister Khemchand maintained that Henglep MLA Ledzamang Haukip extended support to save lives of 120 Meitei laborers in Chirachandpur when conflict broke out. Chief Minister Khemchand added that it is unethical to blame an entire community for the wrongdoing of few individuals. He maintained that restoring trust and love among the different communities residing in the state requires bridging the barriers that had existed between them during the crisis. On the other hand, renowned Shomang Lila artist Sagrakpam Hemanta stated that it is important to revive the age-old relationships that existed among the different communities residing in the state. He added that the stage play title, Ai Manipurini, meaning I am Manipuri, must be produced. Guru Ruven Wangshaba, who was present in the meeting, also stated that if all artists acknowledge without any differences that we are all Manipuris collectively, the vision of oneness can be achieved. The meeting was attended by Art and Culture Minister Khurajam Lokan, Secretary Art and Culture Naurin Praveen, Advisor Media to Chief Minister Oinam Sunil and artists among others.
Conflict community anidagi umsu aduna swaita adu yodi lai dambi yadi aiba porama khara lenari ni adi loina ba ki khallaga big brother ki big sister ke role do ai koina lawaga ai community ama plak phati de virus kungi ning tono khamba yada yada sakhe labi de siga samaga kunji kungi plakwan ning tuna mi phadabala ani noi thumbi ge law hena sing labi la khona kilometer tar musala asana bi masam maduda maitei samaga kun kaleba kuki gi kano du ai phati ai wedding am desine
Manipur se akhoi myam tang punjan be de leiba kanglu kuthra manga se akhoi khudimak se Manipuri ni akhoi khudimak se Manipuri ni habi wakhal lon ga loina na akhoi kana karu khaido khajin to oi khoto gi to di lepa kan da akhoi nungsi sanana kumai harau to dana tongan wa lila to dana isai saktana tongan ba akhoi khudimak se Manipur gi damak ta khallaga Manipur ngam khai kanba haibase ngasidagi di akhoi artist mayam singina akhoi na pangthok kadaba thabak singda suksoi sodam ki mami ta halagani haiba wakhalon ji akhoi one even CM da thamjaram
MPCC President Okrami Bobby has demanded that the upcoming 2027 census be deferred until all internally displaced persons, IDPs, are resettled in their original homes. Addressing a press meet held at Congress Bhavan at BT Road, Ibobi argued that the state's current situation is not conducive to conducting a census, noting that around 60,000 IDPs remain in relief camps and community-based travel restrictions between districts still persist. He argued that the central government should have understood that the state's situation was not feasible to exercise census before making any preparation. He also criticized the state government for sending representatives from the ruling party to meet central leaders to defer the census, stating that the move was compelled by strong public agitation. Contending that the opposition and ruling parties must join together in public interest matters, the MPCC president expressed optimism that central government's leaders will treat the issue with the utmost sincerity if both sides collectively press the center. He also contended that conducting delimitation amidst the prevailing situation will not yield productive results and could lead to serious repercussions for the public.
Civil society organization mayam singsina mikok thibase lan illegal immigrants atay state tasu lerambaya ebi Nagaland tasu Mizoram tasu akoi international border state naktanina lerambaya adubu atay state sidana problem leitraga Tripurada or maybe Assam da leitraga akoi sidana henna concern ori singasai aina kamjagi biduni अखोइदे लाइबक थीबा थौदोक थोखिबसे सुमाइना दी थंगनरीबा स्टेट सिंगसिदा थोक्तबा हाइता होना बिरंगनी मसी हाना नॉर्मेंसी लाखननबा डिस्ट्रिक्ट अमगा चथोक चसिन अदुगा लैरिबा आईडीपी सिंग मयाम सिंगसि मोइगी रेस्पेक्टिव खुंदुदा माइ मयुमदा हंजनबा पछु होना बिरि मसी हंजनद्रि भावदी अखोइसि डिफर तौबियो.
Former acting chairperson of Manipur Human Rights Commission MHRC, Kaidim Mani, has criticized the state government effort of sending a delegation of MLAs to press the center to defer census before updating the NRC in the state, contending that elective representatives cannot substitute the state government. Addressing a press meet at his Loklokbung residence today, the former acting chairperson said the state government should itself formally communicate its position to the center if it believes the NRC must precede the census. He said the government should write to the center and explain the difficulties in holding the census under the prevailing circumstances. He added that the state government can also seek an appropriate direction from the center to defer the exercise until the public concerns are addressed. Mani asserted that ministers or authorized bureaucratic officers should represent the state government before the center on official matters, while observing that the deployment of MLAs to Delhi over the NRC and census issue is highly objectionable. On the other hand, Mani said that the shortage of judges in the High Court of Manipur has adversely affected the justice delivery system in the state. He noted that the High Court, which was established in 2013 with a sanctioned strength of 5 judges, has only 3 judges at present. He urged the authorities concerned to appoint the required judges without further delay. Social activist Sanjoy Ahantem has strongly urged the state government to immediately convene an emergency cabinet meeting and pass an official resolution to defer the census operations until an NRC update is fully completed. He also insisted that the resolution be firmly presented to union leaders during high-level meetings in New Delhi. In a video clip, the social activist stated that the state government must prioritize an NRC update using 1951 as the base year over the census. He asserted that the government must detect and identify illegal immigrants through the NRC, cautioning that conducting the census first will inadvertently allow undocumented immigrants to be recorded as genuine Indian citizens. He warned that registering undocumented populations will systematically erode the political, economic, cultural and land rights of indigenous people.
First, high theory though, Manipur and its indigenous peoples are going to diminish and ultimately disappear. Manipur masung maki yellow proof sing manga kadore, mamay tanga mangi dore tifong with Hosik mi patong na. If you are serious enough to protect the political, historical, cultural, economic and the identical right of the indigenous people of the Manipur, you should take immediate and concurrent decision to defer census.
Peace and Integrity Committee, Kiamga in short PICK, has asserted that the ongoing agitation in connection with demand for NRC before census was resulted due to failure of government to promptly act on the concern of people. Speaking on the sideline of a protest that was jointly organized by all Kiamgai Nupi Chowkatharang Lup, Langthabal Meirapaibi and PICK Pick at Kanchipur, convener of PICK Chingankam Megachandra criticized the comment of Chief Minister regarding a ramification of ban. He said the delay by government resulted to ban and general strike. Further, Megachandra asserted that the ongoing agitation is for the sake of future generations and for the future of Manipur. A sit-in was held in support of Campaign for Just and Fair Delimitation JFD at Awang Sekmai Bazaar today. The protest was jointly organized by Awang Sekmai Kanbanupilup, Coordinating Committee Sekmai Kanglatombi Kanbalup, Awang Sekmai Youth Development Committee and North Indigenous Women Organization. Speaking on the sideline, coordinator of Awang Sekmai Kanbanupilup, Lai Mayum Baruna, maintained that census was postponed for Assam in 1981 and again in Jammu and Kashmir in 1991 due to unrest situation. Manipur has been under conflict since May 2023 and thousands have been taking shelter at relief camps at the moment. Therefore, it is inappropriate to hold census in the given circumstances and government must ensure that NRC is updated first. Speaking further, Baruna also highlighted the data of 2001 census where abnormal population growth was recorded at certain areas in Manipur. She urged the government to listen to the concerns of people and to postpone the census in the state. Locals of Nongmai Khong in Kakching district also took out protests in support of Campaign for Just and Fair Delimitation, which is demanding the deferment of census in the state. In the protest, which was organized by Sekmai Jing to Tokpaching Union of Development Agency, STDUDA, people chanted, "No NRC, no census." People of Ithai Kunau also took to the street in support of JFD's 48-hour general strike. People blocked road at Ithai Kunau and demanded government to postpone census exercise until illegal immigrants are identified through updation of NRC in Manipur. Protesters also asserted that the planned census is inappropriate as Manipur still continues to suffer due to the ongoing crisis. People in Jiribam district also blocked roads to show support to 48-hour general strike called by JFD in demand of postponement of census in Manipur. Speaking on the sideline of the protest, President of Herikon Jiribam District Council, Senjam Sainik, maintained that the demand to defer census in the state is to save Manipur. He urged the government to listen to the concern of common people and to ensure that NRC is updated first before carrying out census operation in Manipur.
अखोइना ngasi थागलिबा अखोगी म्यूट सिंगदुना अखोगी लीडर नेना चलखिबा अखोगी म्यूट सिंगदुना मखोना तगोदबा रेस्पोंसिबिलिटी खंगतबदगी प्रजा सिंगजिना ngasi सो थोगइनेबा ngasi अदुना मयामनो जिग हारिबा एनआरसी तौदना मणिपुर पुंबगी सेंसस तौबा यारोय हैब सोजिरी बांगी प्रजाना सु मसी चुंगा यादे मसी अखोइना हाइसि एनआरसी जाना तौबिउ अदुइ मतुंगदा सेंसस तौबिउ हाइबनी ngasi अखोइना पांथोकजरिबा अखोगी स्ट्राइक से अखोगी मणिपुर पुंबदा एनी मरी लेनबा असि एनआरसी गा मरी लेनबा इशू सिंगदा मणिपुरदगी एनी अखोगी मयाम गोबा खलामा लापा कांदा Miyamgi support da chap chap khoi Manipuri da lepani habase ai miyam da thamjari.
And now before we move on to other news, let's take a short commercial break. We'll be right back. Keep watching SKTV News.
Great opportunity for local operators. SKTV is expanding. Come and be a part of SKTV revolution with high-speed internet, IPTV along with OTT and other benefits. We are building stronger connections through franchising. Become a local cable operator and provide reliable information and entertainment to your neighbors. Unlock your growth with our technology and top-tier service. So if you're looking for exclusive partnership opportunities, then please call us at 700-5259-437 or 897-420-9157.
Members, welcome back. You are watching Primetime English Bulletin on SKTV. Now proceeding with other news. Members of Kodam Pokpi Mamang Apunba Mairapai Bilup and Senior Club Kodam Pokpi also blocked road near Kodam Pokpi Mamang Community Hall in support of 48-hour general strike called by Campaign for Just and Fair Delimitation, JFD. Speaking on the sideline, President of Kodam Pokpi Mamang Apunba Mairapai Bilup, Oinam Vijayanti Mala, asserted that indigenous communities in Manipur will be affected if government conducts census without updation of NRC. She also maintained that people of Kodam Pokpi will stand against a census until NRC is updated in Manipur. Meitei and Naga community in Langol area also carried out protests in support of no NRC, no census demand by JFD. People blocked Meitei Langol Road during the protest. Speaking on the sideline, advisor of Naga Peace and Solidarity Forum Langol, Reverend L. Simon Raumai, demanded a special assembly session to discuss about deferment of census and to ensure that NRC is implemented in Manipur. He also informed that indigenous communities in Langol will continue to support JFD until NRC is implemented before census in the state. Uripok Nupi Apunbalup also took out protest today in support of 48-hour general strike imposed by JFD. Women folk blocked Uripok Kangchup Road during the protest. Speaking on sideline, Publicity Secretary of Uripok Nupi Apunbalup, Ningtho Kongjam Jabila, reiterated the demand for NRC before census in the state. People also blocked road at Mantripukhi Bazaar and Kwakaithel Bazaar in support of 48-hour general strike called by JFD. Speaking on the sideline, President of Kwakaithel Apunba Mairapai Bilup, Sobam Sobita, said the demand of JFD is for the sake of future generations and urged the people to cooperate during the road blockade. Locals of Thangmaiban Laurenpura Lekai and Thangmaiban Polim Lekai also blocked road at Thangmaiban area in support of JFD's 48-hour general strike. Thayo Club also supported the demands of JFD to conduct NRC before census. Protesters also raised slogans to postpone the census until NRC is updated in the state. Chandel Naga People's Organization (CNPO) has asserted that National Register of Citizens (NRC) must precede the census and delimitation in Manipur. In the praise note, CNPO maintained that Manipur is the ancestral homeland of indigenous communities whose identities, customary institutions, land rights and settlements have evolved through generations. It asserted that unchecked cross-border influx and unverified settlements threaten the demographic balance and have serious implications on land, resources, representations and on indigenous rights. Further, Chandel Naga People's Organization demanded implementation of NRC with 1951 as the base year, deferment of census until NRC is completed. Other demands include the conduct of delimitation only after NRC and review and de-recognition of unauthorized settlements in Manipur. CNPO also asserted that a census must reflect a verified demographic reality and not legitimize undocumented migration or unauthorized settlement. Truck drivers ferrying goods and essential items along the Imphal-Jiribam highway launched a hands-on steering wheel steer today and staged a sit-in protest outside Congress Bhavan in Jiribam, demanding the replacement of Jiribam SP. The drivers were protesting against the conduct of the SP, who allegedly issued challans to drivers under false charges, including overloading and failing to produce required documents. During the protest, organized by all Jiribam Road Transport Drivers Union, in short AJRTDU, the union's General Secretary K.H. Gopeshwar aired the woes of the truck drivers transporting goods and essential items along the Imphal-Jiribam Road. He stated that they frequently find themselves stranded for almost a month at Jiribam waiting for a security escort. He further accused the SP of issuing challans on false charges and opposing the union's efforts to collect 100 rupees from each driver to help those stranded. Gopeshwar demanded that the present SP be replaced by an official who understands the hardships and sentiments of the drivers.
Kudagtagi hona Jiribamdagi lokthuppiu haibasi driver mayam amadi Jiribam uniongi apamani asida sunatana aikoi Jiribam unionna driver mayamna maphoigi damakta thamjaba mateng pangjaba aikoida maphoigi oina thamjanjaba haiba tare ajugi lupa chama mateng pangani driver union da moigi oina masagi oina driver gi oina thamjabani moigi welfare fund oina adusu aikoi lawba yaroina handak thada mari mangarak sure adubu sum ngangnaraga yanaraga sum lawbuni adubu ngarangdagi di tonganba security gi gari sing sanghandana aikoi lawba sunya yaroi haibana chengba eno tore haire adu hairi.
Meanwhile, several drivers transporting goods from Uttar Pradesh to Manipur questioned why they frequently encounter problems upon entering Manipur. They extended their full support to the agitation announced by the AJRTDU. Regional Institute of Medical Sciences RIMS, Professor G. Sunil Kumar Sharma participated as an expert panelist in the National Consultation on AI Readiness for Healthcare, Education and Research, which was held at Eros Hotel in New Delhi's Nehru Place. The national consultation brought together leading medical educators, healthcare professionals, researchers and policymakers to deliberate upon the responsible, ethical and effective integration of artificial intelligence AI into healthcare, medical education and research. During the program, RIMS Director Sunil Kumar Sharma shared his insights on AI readiness in medical education and the need for structured training of teachers and medical educators. He emphasized that faculty development and AI literacy are essential for preparing teachers to effectively utilize emerging technologies in teaching, clinical learning and research. While highlighting the potential of AI in overcoming limitations in clinical exposure, Director Sunil Kumar Sharma stated that artificial intelligence can provide students with access to rare and complex clinical cases, and learning materials may not be readily available in every medical institution. He underscored the potential of premier institutions such as AIIMS and other leading medical institutions to develop and share AI-enabled repositories of authentic and rare clinical cases, thereby enriching the learning experience of medical students across the country.
Have a collection of real cases like from AIIMS, New Delhi, or PGI Chandigarh, or Manipur, or any big institution where their real cases can be collected and being taught to all the students around in the country on AI base. So that will be a good boon to everyone, because many students throughout their 3 years courses might not be able to see any case. And so I think at this point, I think AIIMS or the central government, the NMC need to take a lead, have to take a lead of showing these rare cases, collecting and showing to all the students during their MBBS time. So there will be a real learning boon to everyone.
A team of Imphal West CDO arrested an active cadre of Pripark during a search operation conducted at Keshampat Lemajam Lekai area yesterday. The arrested person is identified as 55-year-old Ningthaujam Deban Meetei, alias Lucky, son of late N. Kunjababu Meetei of Sagulban Thingom Lekai. The CDO team also seized a .32 pistol and 2 magazines during the operation. According to police, Deban Meitei was involved in supplying arms and explosive substances. Meanwhile, in the follow-up action, Imphal West CDO team also arrested an accomplice along with double-barrel gun, 45 assorted ammunition rounds of different calibers from Sagulban Moirang Lerag. The arrested person is identified as Khaidem Gandhi Meitei, aged 39 years, son of late KH Mohindro Meitei. And now the weather report. According to ICAR Regional Centre Imphal, Manipur recorded a maximum temperature of 31 degrees Celsius, while the minimum temperature was recorded at 23 degrees Celsius. The maximum relative humidity was measured to be 87% in the morning and 62% in the evening today. As per report, Manipur received 23.2 millimeters of rainfall in the last 24 hours. And before we wrap up, let's take a quick look at the headlines once again. Campaign for Just and Fair Delimitation JFD intensify its agitation on no NRC, no census. Announces boycott of all government offices from tomorrow. A 48-hour general strike called by JFD continues to paralyze normal life across Manipur. Protesters burned effigies of Chief Minister Khemchand and Home Minister Govindas Konthausam at Kurai Lamlong. Thoubal District SDO Lilong cancels census training for supervisors, enumerators and field trainers. Chief Minister Yumnam Khemchand urges artists to play important role in restoring trust among communities in Manipur. And MPCC President Okra Mibobi appeals for deferment of census until internally displaced persons are resettled at their original homes. Well, that's all we have for today. Thanks for watching SKTV News and keep watching for more news updates. Till then, good night.